Welcome to yet another episode of the Lord Media Podcast C for Kisoba League Season 5. And briefly, we'll go through match day 3 and what happened there. I have, as usual, he's here for the second time. Briefly, say something to the people and then we begin.
Once again, I'm Martin Tukashawa, the class president Cheetahs, the champions of Chikoko Cup, second edition.
A class that has.
That is not necessary, sir.
Okay.
We are here to break down our match day 3, to give you highlights of what happened, the good side and the bad side, what teams actually went home celebrating and the teams that went home crying. And the teams actually that collected 0 points.
No, and the teams that are used
No,
to crying.
We shall find that later. We shall see who cried more. Because they say he who laughs last laughs best. So we shall assess and see.
Actually, to briefly to give a sum up of this match day, Lycans maintain their top bottom position alongside Cheetahs and other cohorts.
I don't know
then
why.
The Lords also maintain the top, and Giants drop a bit to number 5. That is briefly to give a highlight of the match day. Anyway, let's go to the fixtures and what happened through. Let's start on with Giants and Variants, a draw. Credit to Variants that made sure they defended this game so well.
It was an interesting game for the Valiant team. I'm sure they came in this game with one aim, that was to take a draw if they can't take home the 3 points. We saw Vice President doing wonders in the goalpost, making some fantastic saves in the second half, unlike the first half where Giants had no shot on target. But we saw him calm that defense in the second half and ensured that team takes a point home. For the Giants team, they were unlucky that day.
Because they did not put those usual chances they have always
They actually did not have the chances. So we can't say they did not put the chances. They didn't have the chances. Maybe it was a bad day for them in office.
But briefly, because when you talk about that, we have seen these teams that create more chances struggle against teams that over-defend to create those chances. Variants is a team that plays man-to-man, man-to-man.
But if you actually assess the Valiants that played last weekend, they had not even come to defend. They actually attacked more than Giants did.
With those kids ahead.
We saw
Dismas and some other
Giants trying to fight for their lives. But however much God was on their side, and they actually took 1 point home.
Shared the points. A target for some team. Okay, continue. I will not go to that team that usually has a target of sharing points.
Then on the other pitch, the Kufa pitch, we had an early kickoff of Elites playing against Dock. The game that ended 2-0 in favor of the Elites guys.
With a new kit?
With their new Bogoya kit. Kudos to your brothers, you actually cooked. And for the game, it was a nice encounter. We saw Elites creating chances and they actually used their chances. We saw the return of Max back to their team. They missed him in match day 2, but we saw him back in match day 3. We saw the return of Roger, as he was on the score sheet for that match day.
Then about this guy, that Ignatius?
Ignatius was also back. They actually gave in their best, and no wonder they got the 3 points in that early kickoff. And it was a nice day for them, though however much that result didn't save them from dropping from the top 8. Because as we speak, if we assess the table right now,
they happen to have dropped to the
9th position, which makes them unsafe for all the season was end right now, because that leaves them in a bad position.
It can't.
It's okay. I know where you want to go, but it's fine. Then
we go to another game.
On the Wataka pitch, we had the second game between Erudites and Lords FC.
Lords struggled to win
We
this
saw
game.
Lords struggling to win this game. We saw Koboko dying on pitch.
Was it?
He didn't die in actual sense, but we saw him give all his best to ensure his team, at least
alongside their goalkeeper Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew, to ensure their team got a draw. But as you know, however much a rat grows fat, it stays a prey to the cat.
So
we saw brothers conceding in was it the second half of the game?
Yeah, it was the second half.
So we saw Lords taking the 3 points.
And the Sugar in this game goes to score 4 goals.
Yes. I think that makes him one of the top scorers in Super League for season 5.
It's a second right now. Second.
Who's the first?
Mazima.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mazima.
And then on the other side, on the Kufa pitch,
Mm.
we had a highly anticipated game, which was Lycans
Let's
taking
get
on
serious. What do you mean by
Gong
anticipated?
FC.
What do you mean by anticipated?
We thought this was the time for
If,
Lycans actually bounce back and
and
get
the
their
change.
first win of the season.
Say you thought you.
We thought,
no.
because you gave the same.
Okay. Let's go on.
However much our thoughts were all brought to a dead end.
Mm.
And Gong had to win the game 1-0.
Mm.
It was a nice performance from the Gong team. However much we see Lycans continuing to struggle without a keeper. But we hope they will give in. We are still talking about Lycans. Gong had to win the game 1-0.
Mm.
We saw Lycans struggling without a keeper. However much they had a keeper in their goalpost. But we assume that wasn't his original number. Yes. They had someone to fill in the gap. But that was a bad day for them. The day we thought they would bounce back, they actually went home with 0 points. Yeah, that was a bad day for our brothers. I think for now this season it might be a dead end for them. They can focus for season 6. Or in one way or the other, they can rest and return in season 7
How about if they get a friendly and maybe take a win?
They had one friend, in fact, with some Mavok League team. That was Rishenya. And I guess they won the game 1-0, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Chikonyogo that scored, the player who is now in Millennium Koko. So
I wouldn't mind who scored for them.
No, I want us to take things in a way that they.
As long as it was a win for the Lycans team,
okay,
it's very fine.
Let's go to the next game, which is Ghetto versus Galaxy, that ended a draw.
Ghetto versus Galaxy
on Bataka pitch.
I actually thought Galaxy would win this, considering the fact that also Ghetto has an issue with their goalkeeper.
They are struggling from the start. They have struggled from the start of this season.
Yes, but we saw them defend so well, and in the end they got a point against Galaxy, as they are all fighting for the top 8 spots in Super League to ensure by the time we go for the knockout stages, they're all in a better shape to take it on for the trophy.
Okay, go to the next game, that is Men of Men, still on the same pitch. Men of Men versus Cheetahs, that ended 1-0 in favor of Men of Men.
I would wish we go systematically. If we cover one game this side, we cover another game.
Okay, it's okay. Still, the result stays. Okay, let's go to Millennium Koko and Jamaican Bees.
We saw the game end 0-0.
The draw specialists.
These are the draw specialists in Super League. We saw two defensive teams take on each other.
You cannot call Jamaican Bees defensive when Edison has returned.
Regardless, that doesn't stop them from defending. We saw the game ending 0-0, which was a fair result for both teams. However much Jamaican Bees thought they would bounce back this match day, but it was a shock to them that they actually went home with 2 points, which was not good to them, but to the opponents it was a better result, because we saw them play some young court in the evening hours.
Which court was that?
Eminence.
Okay.
So to them, the 2 points, it was a disappointment, but maybe to the teams that they were playing, the draws were actually a better result for them.
Okay, let's go to the game that has been just a few seconds in okay, so to Men of Men versus Cheetahs, that ended 1-0. This is the game that brings back Men of Men to the top 4 with 13 points now currently at is it number 3?
I won't be shy to say this. We actually gave in our best. We played a good game, but in football everything can happen. In second half we conceded the goal, and we saw Men of Men taking the win home. Kudos to their striker that actually managed to score a header past our stopper, that is Innocent, as a result of some confusion in the defense. But that is part of the game.
How I wish you don't call it confusion.
It was actually confusion, because we were actually good from the start till that moment happened.
The aim was to share points. Go on.
It's okay. We can now move on to the next fixture, which was on the Kufa pitch. We saw Platinum taking on Valiants. the MVP team
Happens to
managed
take
to
a win
win that game 2-0
comfortably.
comfortably.
That has not happened before. They have not won games comfortably.
At least this match day,
Mm.
they showed us value for their money. They actually
I'm happy
had,
that you called it their money.
yes, it was their money. They had the best goal, goal scoring difference this match day, because we saw them winning one of their games 4-0 and this one 2-0, meaning they had 6 goals the whole match day and 2 clean sheets. And if I were to make the team of the week, I would actually consider their team and include them somewhere. They really gave in their best and gave us a good show.
I wish you make the team of the week later after this. Let's go to the next game on the other pitch. Elites and Kasananga. That ended 1-0 in favor of Kasananga. What do you say about that game? The Bogoya kit was from taking a win in the morning, so we're so sure of this game as it has always been.
As they say, we use the past to plan for the present and the present to plan for the future. So apparently my brothers focused on the past and thought maybe the present would be the same. But it was to their shock that they received that one goal that came from Ronaldo. To me, it is the goal of the week, the goal of game week 3.
You're
right. It was
right.
a nice goal. And that gave our Kasananga Elders a win against Elite that match day, ending that long-term drought of wins against the Elite team.
The stop to the head to head. And that reminds me of something. My bet with you. You rather pay me when we are here. Okay.
We shall discuss
No,
that issue after here.
You have
But
to pay
from the
me.
best of my knowledge, if I were to show people the receipts, you actually refuse to bet. Because you never had hopes in your team, but we leave that at that.
No.
On the Kufa pitch, we had a match between Lords and Team Haven.
Today I premiere the Team Haven.
It's okay. It's okay. I won't say much, but the game ended 0-0. And to me, it was a disappointment. I was disappointed by the Lords team, considering the fact that Team Haven were actually a player less.
A player less, or there were 2
players less, and Lords couldn't capitalize on that to actually get a win. That shows how strong Team Haven is this season. But we can only get that when we come to the end of the season and we see them in the top 8.
Currently they are 7, I think.
We still have 5 match days to go. So I would not want that to use these 3 match days to actually determine who goes in the top 8.
At least I'm very sure
but it gives them hope and confidence.
Okay.
When you are addressing us, remember to add the word Chikoko Cup champion.
Okay, I'm very sure the Chikoko Cup champions.
Because even the most decorated team in Super League,
which is that team?
Galaxy, that has won Super League twice, has also to win the Chikoko Cup trophy, but it has not for the last 2 editions. So give credit where it's due.
When you start
I'm
that,
sure where Innocent is right now, we actually want that trophy to be the most decorated coach of Super League.
When you start all that, it takes me to the next game, which is Galaxy versus Erudites, because we may not finish. That ended 3-1. This becomes the first goal against Galaxy, if I'm not mistaken, or the second. They have rarely been scored from the start.
Yes, I've had a good
I'm
defense.
wondering how these people scored.
I've had a good keeper.
Which good goalkeeper are you talking about?
Wallen.
He's a good goalkeeper.